Hi, my name is Jessica Strong. These are my babies right here. All six of them. Tatiana, Jalen, Dakota, Deanna, Devin, and Darian. I'm dealing with the Montgomery County, Pennsylvania Family Court and the CPS out there. They basically gave. I'm sorry, this is so pathetic and so crazy that I can't believe this is real, to be honest. My judge gave our abuser custody. I believe it's because he was living in Missouri and we're in Pennsylvania, and my babies were talking about abuse in the foster home. So instead of addressing that, she gave our abuser custody. Luckily, he lost it 2 weeks later. But when they were sitting there trying to victim blame me and shame me for being in an abusive relationship, they did say something that I knew I had to do, which was figure out why I was, in these type of relationships. They didn't like the answer. I realized and found out that unfortunately I was raised by narcissistic parents, and when I understood all these abuses like gaslighting and victim blaming and shaming and projection and trauma bonding and all these things, I'm telling them everything that was going on. Like I said, they didn't like the answer because I saw these behaviors in my caseworker. And when I tried to address it and ask for another caseworker, they denied me that. And when my children were talking about abuse while we were in a visitation, they were told to be quiet. And I said, well, why are you telling my babies to be quiet? He was like, well, we'll talk about it after. And I was like, I have nothing to talk about. It didn't happen to me. It happened to my children. You never tell a child to be quiet when they're talking about abuse. And basically I was told that that's their role. And I found out later that it is in CPS's role that if a child's talking about abuse in a foster home, they're told to be quiet. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You guys are supposed to be protecting children from neglect and abuse. Why are you telling them to be quiet? Well, it was because it was in their care, right? Either way, They basically took my rights all away, and now I have to file all my papers to try to hold somebody accountable. I just don't understand. I mean, now that I understand these patterns of behavior, I understand, but these people don't believe.